pie chart. A pie chart is used to represent information about quantities in a circle. It is based on the fact that the sum of angles about a point, that is in a circle, is 360 degrees. So if you have information about three quantities Q1, Q2 and Q3, and we would like to represent this information on a pie chart, then we must find the total of these quantities by summing all of the quantities. Then we find the angle that each quantity will correspond to, and that is going to be an angle of a sector, and we use ratio to do that. So we find the ratio of the first quantity over the total times 360 degrees. Then likewise for all the quantities. Let us consider how we can represent information about quantities on a pie chart in more details by solving some past questions. A group of 300 mathematics teachers were classified as follows: university graduates 120, diplomats 90, specialists 50, others Y. Calculate the value of Y. Draw a pie chart to illustrate the above information. So if we add all this, we should get 300. Therefore, we have 120 plus 90 plus 50 plus Y is equal to 300. So we simplify further. We have 260 plus Y is equal to 300. Therefore, Y will be equal to 40. Y will be equal to 40. The total is 300. So we need to calculate the angle of each sector by taking each number over the total times 360 degrees. So 120 over 300 times 360 degrees, and that is giving us 144 degrees. Then we have 90 over 300 times 360 degrees times 360 degrees, and this is giving us 108 degrees. Then we have 50 over 300 times 360 degrees, and this is giving us 60 degrees. And the last but not the least is 40 over 300 times 360 degrees, and this is giving us 48 degrees. Now the total is 360. We now take our pair of compasses and draw a complete circle, then locate the center and also locate our base radius. So this is our base radius. Now we can use our protractor now to measure each of the sectoral angles. So the first one is 144 degrees, so we measure that, and the next one is 108 degrees, so we measure that also. Then we also have 60 degrees, we measure that. Then the last but not the least is 48 degrees, so we measure that one too. So we are done. So this is how our pie chart will look like, and this corresponds to graduates, this one corresponds to diplomats, and this sector also corresponds to specialists, and the last one corresponds to others. A library received 1,300 grant. It spends 10% of the grant on magazine subscriptions, 35% on new books, 15% to repair damaged books, 30% to buy new furniture, and 10% to train library staff. Represent this information on a pie chart. Then we have calculate correct to the nearest whole number the percentage increase of the amount for buying new books over that of new furniture. We calculate the angle of each sector again. So for magazine subscriptions, we have 10%, so 10 over 100 times 360 degrees, and this will give us 36 degrees. Then for new books, we have 35 over 100 times 360 degrees, and this is equal to 126 degrees. Then we have repairs. This is equal to 15 over 100 times 360 degrees, and this is equal to 54 degrees. Then we have new furniture. It is 30% of 360 degrees, and this is equal to 108 degrees. Then we have training library staff, 10 over 100 times 360, and that is also giving us 36 degrees. Let us now represent this on a pie chart. So we take our pair of compasses and draw a complete circle again. Locate the center and the base radius or the baseline. Then now we measure the angle of each sector. So the first angle is 36 degrees. 36 degrees. Then the next one is 126 degrees. So we measure 126 degrees. And the next one is 54 degrees. So we measure 54 degrees. Then the next one is 108 degrees. So we measure 108 degrees. And the last but not the least is 36 degrees. So we measure 36 degrees. So this is how our pie chart will look like. The percentage increase will be equal to 35 minus 30 over 30 times 100%. This is equal to 5 over 30 times 100%. And this will give us 17%. Now we have this. The pie chart represents the distribution of 900 undergraduates in a university. Use the information to answer questions 30 and 31. Calculate the value of x. So we know that all these angles over here will add up to 360 degrees. So we have 2x plus x, 2x plus x plus another x plus 120 degrees is equal to 360 degrees. So simplify this to obtain 4x. 4x is equal to 360 minus 120 degrees. So this is going to give us 4x is equal to 240 degrees. So dividing both sides by 4, our x will be equal to 60 degrees. Now the number of undergraduates in part 3 is given by a 60 over 360 times the number of graduates, which is 900, and this is equal to 150. In summary, pie chart is used to represent information pictorially in a circle. And you should remember that if you sum all the angles of each sector in a pie chart, you should get 360. So if you do your calculations and it is not up to 360, then you must double check your work.